This tool here is the future of framing, and that's what we do here at Splinter Tools. We make simple and effective tools that will make your life as a framer easier. And in this video, you get to watch as we invent those tools.
Hey guys, Alex here again. We are working on our second iteration, our second product here. So this product here, you're going to be able to roll over a 2x4. And if you look closely, you see these little slits here. It's going to mark every 16 inches, every single stud. So you're going to be able to just roll this over your 2x4 or whatever you want for your wall. And literally within 30 seconds, or probably less, you're going to have your entire wall run set up for you. Now, here's the thing with 3D printing, is that it doesn't always turn out right. So we actually had to print this out a second time. As you can see, there's lots of imperfections here. There's holes in it and whatnot. But the biggest problem is inside. Now you can ignore all this here. This is just support material. Inside, if you see that little blue spot in there, the chalk, the area where you would put the chalk to mark, actually started leaking on us. And that's why there's the blue dye there. It started leaking on us. We couldn't find out where, so we threw some, just food coloring in there to see where we were leaking. And unfortunately, because we had the support material in there, we weren't able to get in there and fix it. So what we did, boom, just a little cap. And everything's looking great so far here. Today, we're gonna just fill this bad boy up. This is the first time we've ever been able to use it. And we're gonna see how well it works. Now it's a pretty simple setup. Literally, all you have to do is put it on a paint roller and just roll. So let's fill her up with some chalk and go from there, guys.
Using chalk to fill this isn't really the best solution, and you'll see why as we get going. So we're thinking about transitioning to ink. We'll make a video about that later.
Alright. Easy does it, right? So now these two lines are supposed to line up at, you want 16 on center, so they're going to be 15 1/4 and 16 3/4, since a 2x4 is 1.5 inches, which means we're going to start this somewhat on the center. Maybe we should put a mark here on the center, so that you know exactly where to line it up. The cool thing is this flange over here just guides you along as you go. So there's 1, 2, 3. Looks like we might need some more chalk because it's not hitting the second line there. But you guys see the idea here. Pretty easy once you get it rolling. Okay. Now we're not going to be 100% accurate here because we weren't able to start exactly center. But if we're looking, oh man, beautiful. Right there, 16 inches exactly. Guess what? Okay. So it looks like this must have hit the second line here because we're pretty close to 16 3/4 there. And again, so this looks like we're actually off a little bit here. Yeah, we're 3/4 of an inch off there. Again, 3/4 of an inch off, and 3/4 of an inch off. So looks like we're gonna have to change the diameter. That's kind of iffy. It's pretty spread out there. And again, so it's incrementally getting further and further out. So we're gonna have to change the diameter somehow here. But let's try it again. Yeah, let's give it another go. Let me put some more chalk in here. Oh, shit. You just got me getting high on my own supply. Ah, okay, just kidding. I mean, this is our own supply, but I'm not getting high. Look, all we gotta do, take your little razor blade here, stuff the chalk down the hole. Alright. This is try number 2 here. This here is meant to mark every 16 inches for a stud. This is for the stud locations when you're framing on a wall. Typical walls, every stud every 16 inches. This should simplify that. Instead of taking all your time marking out every single stud location, you can just take this, roll it straight over the top of whatever stud you're using, and make your life easy. Alright, that's our whole goal here at Splinter. Now, we tried this once, as you can tell on this board. Let's flip it over and try it again. Now, something we discussed before but isn't on this 3D print is we're gonna have a line here that's gonna basically tell you where to start on the run. So we're just gonna estimate it here. So we might be anywhere from 1/2 inch off or so. And start her up. There's our line 1, line 2. It's actually working pretty good. We're getting lines on both sides. We might have to make that flange a little bit bigger so it doesn't jump up on us like that. But let's check how accurate we are here. So our first, look at that, 3/4 inch, exactly where I wanted the first one to end up. Looks like we're 16 inches exactly far away. And we're 1/2 inch too big that time. Looks like we're again 1/2 inch too big. Again, 1/2 inch too big. So our diameter of the roller is off a little bit. We're gonna have to dial that in. But I mean, you see the utility here, and we might have to use a different type of substrate inside. Now, for those of you who don't realize how easy these tape measures are, everywhere there's a red number is where there's supposed to be a stud. So somebody smart enough to optimize this before. We're just making it a little bit easier. Looks like we have a couple of changes we still got to make, but I'm really liking the progress we got so far. It looks like it's doing exactly what we need. That run took us a total of 10 seconds. All we got to do is put a broomstick on this, and literally I'm standing up walking across while I'm marking every single stud location. I think this is a genius tool. Simple, yet effective. That's what we like here at Splinter. Now, to wrap this video up, I just wanted to say thank you to those of you who actually made it to the end of the video here. If you're really interested in these tools that we're creating on this channel, I'll link a Facebook group we have on the page where you can get on an email list and you'll be one of the first people to ever get your hands on these tools as they come out. Now, as always, like and subscribe. Thank you. We'll see you in the next video.